Joseph, just once again another dominating defensive performance by you guys against a really high-powered offense. How just talk about just the defensive effort overall. To hold this team that's really been putting up huge numbers, holding in check.
We knew they were a really good offense coming in, so we didn't lack any preparation and practice. We took it very serious. So we just take very much pride in swarming to the ball, and that's what we did today. They got a couple of explosives off on us early, but we came and rallied and made some adjustments, and defense played hard.
You had 2 sacks. Overall, the defensive line and linebacker, that unit is really putting pressure on the quarterback, seems like about every play. What's been the biggest key in that regard? It seems like you guys are really timing your blitzes, really getting that part down.
Just a great push by our D-line. So they're great guys up front. So those huge pushes, the O-line aren't really focused on the linebackers coming through, so I'm getting some clean looks, and we see some things we like on film, and we drew it up, and we executed it perfectly.
Just overall defense during this winning streak, this for most of the season, it's just been really playing lights out. How well is that side of the ball clicking, where you can go into a game against a really high-powered offense like this and shut them down?
Yeah, we're connected. Everyone's connected. Pretty much everyone's really tight. We know that we got our backs against the wall. We've been here before. We done played some of the best offenses. Penn State, Texas A&M. We done played powerhouse. So we're ready for everything. We've seen it all. We've been in the doghouse. We've been in dogfights. So we're ready for any moment and just go out there and execute.
Obviously, Ball State scores a touchdown there in the last minute of the first half. You guys are only up 3, but come out real strong in the third quarter.
Yeah.
Coach Leffler mentioned, there wasn't any panic in the locker room at halftime. Was that kind of what you guys felt?
Yeah.
There's no reason to be panicking?
Yeah, we weren't panicking. We knew, it happens. We get scored on. We had a lack of communication on defense, which happens rarely for us. So we knew, it's a mishap. It won't happen again. So we knew, we were fine. We weren't stressing over it.
Looking ahead to obviously Miami, probably one of the biggest games in BG for a while here. Just what's the excitement level knowing you took care of business today, and now you get such a great opportunity against Miami next week?
Well, I haven't got to look at them yet. I've been watching Ball State, so hopefully we go out there and we do the same thing we've been doing all week and all year, and we just play a great game, and pretty much.
The schedule's kind of worked in your favor all year as far as bye weeks at good times, only 2 midweek games, but only one less day rest going forward this week. Obviously, Miami on Friday, and they've had a few extra days. I guess how do you kind of adjust to in that regard, where it is a little bit of a shorter week for you guys?
Yeah. It'll be a quick turnaround this week, but we know we got to get in the training room, get our bodies right tomorrow, and have a great week of practice. So we don't. Luckily, a lot of guys didn't get banged up that much this game, so we should be fine going into this week of preparation.
Is it almost like you guys are ready for how well you're playing with 5 straight wins that we're just ready to go?
Yeah, we kind of we're gonna be hurting, but we want this win, so we're gonna play hard, man. We're ready.
I asked Coach this about the chippiness toward the end of the game.
Mm-hmm.
Guys jarring back and forth, a couple penalties. Just your thoughts on that?
I don't know if they're might have been a little salty at us, a little. It's just football. At the end of the day, you get competitive. Someone makes a play here, they don't like that play. You make a play, they don't. So it just got competitive. It just got a little chippy, and it's just football at the end of the day.
Any more questions? Sure. All right, thank you.
Sure.
Jordan, once again, defense just dominates against a MAC opponent that can put up a lot of points. Just how much are you guys, just as far as confidence, going up against these high-scoring teams and shoving them down like you have been, just the confidence level with everything?
Yeah, we practice against our offense for a while now, so we like to, or we know that they're a high-scoring offense, obviously with Terrion and Harold. So really, we built that confidence since fall camp. Obviously, we didn't start off to the way we wanted to, but these last, I think, month actually, we've really turned it up, and now we're hitting stride at the right time. So we have a big test next week.
Your interception came at an enormous time because obviously tough turnover on the previous play. Just kind of take us through that, and to be able to flip momentum that quickly. How big was that for you guys to limit them and everything?
Oh yeah, that was great. They almost got me on it, by the way, but luckily it came right to me. Got the pick, and that's what our defense is here for. Our offense, they might turn over the ball. They don't do it much, but when they do, they know that we're going to go out there and go out there and try to stop them as best as we can and get a turnover. So obviously it's a great turnaround. It changed the game for us. It got our confidence to get up a little bit, and I'm glad that we went down, and I'm pretty sure we scored 3 there. So it was huge.
Just even with Ball State scoring in the final minute there in the first half, you guys are only up 3. Coach and everyone's saying there wasn't any panic in the locker room. You guys were still like, okay, we're doing fine. Was that kind of the mood that you felt, going in the locker room, even though they scored literally just seconds earlier?
Yeah, I mean, for me personally, I wasn't worried at all. The play they scored on was an eye violation play. Our guy lost his eyes, and they scored. So that doesn't usually happen to our defense. So we just had to regroup, and we got back in the locker room. Like he said, there was no panic. We got back and was trying to figure out how do we commit the next turnover.
Huge game for Rahkeem Smith. 3 touchdowns, just huge plays. Obviously, his speed is really a factor for you guys. Just how much fun was it seeing him really? I mean, he's had some great moments this year, but for 3 touchdown performance was pretty big for him.
Oh, yeah, that was great. I mean, he changed the game. He was, honestly, in my opinion, the player of the game. I knew when I guarded him the first time, he was going to be a player that we were going to use at some point. I didn't know when it was going to be. I'm pretty sure he didn't know when it was going to be. But these last few weeks, he's been balling, man. And he's really a guy that doesn't get much attention, much love in the media or anything. But he comes to work every day, last one off the field. So he's a great person and even a better player.
Defensive line is playing at such a high level, getting to the quarterback. I mean, the linebackers and everyone's really timing these blitzes up. I mean, you guys are putting so much pressure on the quarterback. Just how much is that unit gelling as well? That front 7 just seems like every play, quarterback's running around, scrambling, trying to find open guys.
Yeah, I mean, I love it. It makes my job much easier. But coming back, when all of us made the decision to come back, we knew that front 7 was going to be the best part of our defense. We have seniors, we have old guys on that defense, and we played with each other last year, so it was nothing new. It's not like we have a bunch of new additions coming in that we had to gel with them. We played with each other for a year. Last year we kind of showed a glimpse of our potential, and I think this year they're showing that they're the best front 7 in the MAC, and that's without a doubt.
Obviously, you and tons of your teammates came back for a reason, and to have a matchup like next week against Miami, with possibly a trip to the MAC title game on the line, how will you guys mentally approach this? Obviously, kind of a short week for you guys with the game on Friday. Just what's the excitement level with knowing, like, this is it, this is your guys' chance to make the MAC title game? Yeah,
I mean, I think you said it best. It's the reason why all of us came back. We knew that we could make it to the MAC championship, and we knew we could be in this position. And just like Coach Leffler told us, we knew it was going to come down to this game. So having to be back at the Doy, we need all of our fans there because that's going to really push us. But, we're ready for it. We have a little bad taste in our mouth from last year, going up to their place and losing 27-0, I think. So, it's a great time to get back, and we're all excited.
Is it almost obviously one less day of rest for you guys, or preparation for the game being on Friday? Is that kind of going to be tough to adjust to, or has your guys' schedule's been kind of just so wild over the years that you guys, you're going to be ready for it and everything?
No, I think the type of game it's going to be, we're all excited. I think if you ask anybody on our team right now, we'll be like, yeah, we'll play them right now. But no, obviously we just had like an 11-day rest, I think. So obviously playing in the game right now might have some bump and bruises, but for the most part, we're all healthy, and we're going to get back home, rest tonight, wake up tomorrow, get in treatment, rest again, and then get it going.
On the interception, when you were returning it, how in your mind did you think, I'm going to get my second pick 6? Like, what were you seeing when you were running the field?
Yeah, for sure. Right when I caught it, I looked to the right, and I saw nobody. I saw a bunch of our teammates, and I started running, and they pursued well, and I kind of turned the corner at first, and I was like, okay, I'm going to score. And then they were just all clogged up right there, and I was like, yeah, I'm going to just run out of bounds, actually. So, No, I definitely thought I was going to score, though.
The first few games of the season, you guys were kind of struggling to get takeaways. During the subsequent games and the win streak, you guys have been winning that takeaway battle. Just talk about how you guys are getting after the ball and actually getting the ball back.
Yeah, I mean, we knew we might have started off slow, and we weren't going to force anything. Turnovers and takeaways come, and so we didn't know when it was going to come. But once we got one, I think might have been fourth game, fifth game. Once we got one, we knew, okay, now the ball's going to start rolling. We're going to start getting more takeaways. So we weren't, I wouldn't say pressured or worried about it. We knew it was going to come eventually, and we practice every day, getting turnovers, punching the ball out, picking the ball off. So once it started coming, we were like, okay, now it's time.
All right, thanks, George. Appreciate it.
The floodgates really opened in the third. What was the key, maybe just in the second half compared to the first half, to really get that offense going?
I feel like we just had to stay on cue. Like if we have to finish, I feel like as far as our second half, we had a long drive. We just had to finish it, and that's what we worked on in the halftime. We talked about
3 touchdowns for you. How much fun was that out there for you to have a performance like this?
Been praying on it. I've just been waiting my time. So just stand down.
Obviously, your speed is such a game changer. The jet sweeps, a lot of success. Obviously, the long touchdown reception just flew by everyone. But I mean, just how much, just your speed overall to be able to utilize that. How much of a factor is that for this team? Obviously, there's some pretty strong running backs, but your speed really is a game changer too. Just talk about just that aspect of it.
Speed?
Yeah.
I feel like it is a key factor because, when I go out on the field, they're telling me that I'm running, getting the ball, going outside, and I feel like me being a team player, I would, lure the defense with me, and that, that causes my teammates to score.
Just what was the mood in the locker room like at halftime? It sounds like there wasn't really much concern, or panic or anything like that. What did you kind of sense at the break after Ball State scored, in that final minute there?
I felt like as far as the team, we flipped the switch. We had to finish. We wasn't finishing our drives, and I feel like that was the key, and we mastered that.
Just the way this team's been playing on at each level. I mean, offensively it's been clicking, defense has really been clicking as well, special teams as well. Just what's the confidence level overall with this team, and to be able to, against good teams, to consistently put this type of effort in?
We have a one goal, one mission. That's to go to the championship, and we're just taking it one game at a time, and we're staying in the present, not in the future. So we had Ball State, and we had to take care of business.
Obviously, looking ahead to Friday against Miami, I mean, just going to be one enormous game, obviously, for the program, for the team, and everything like that. Just how were you guys just mentally, getting prepared for that, for how big this game is going to be going forward?
I feel like this game is good, but I feel tomorrow we'll be focused, locked and loaded for Miami.
On a day like today, after you scored that first touchdown, and then you get the second, what emotions are you feeling as far as the type of day you're having?
I don't know. I was just happy. I'm getting my shot, and I'm just ecstatic to see my teammates down there dance with me, cheering me on. It's a great feeling.
Any more questions?